Welcome to AI Revolution in Healthcare, a regulatory perspective with Dr. Nirdosh Jagota. Bringing over 3 decades of global regulatory and quality experience to demystify the intersection of artificial intelligence and healthcare regulation.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dr. Nirdosh Jagota, and today we're diving into a critical aspect of AI implementation in healthcare: validation and verification. This topic sits at the heart of ensuring AI systems are not just innovative, but safe and effective for patient care. The validation of AI systems presents unique challenges that set them apart from traditional medical technologies. Unlike conventional software, AI systems can evolve and adapt, making traditional validation approaches insufficient. Today, we'll explore how regulatory frameworks are adapting to meet these challenges. Let's begin with a real-world example that illustrates these challenges. Consider a recent case of an AI system developed for analyzing medical imaging. During initial validation, the system showed excellent performance. However, when deployed across different healthcare settings, its performance varied significantly. This scenario highlighted the need for robust validation protocols that account for real-world variability. The regulatory approach to AI validation can be understood through 3 fundamental principles. The first is analytical validation, ensuring the system performs its technical functions correctly. The second is clinical validation, confirming the system achieves its intended purpose in actual clinical settings. The third is continuous performance monitoring, verifying the system maintains its performance over time. Let's examine how these principles are applied in practice. The FDA and other regulatory bodies now require comprehensive validation protocols that address several key areas. The first concerns data management. When validating an AI system, the integrity and representativeness of training and validation data sets are paramount. For instance, a major healthcare provider recently discovered their AI system showed unexpected bias because their validation data didn't adequately represent their patient population. This leads us to another critical aspect: the separation of training, validation, and test data sets. Regulatory bodies now require clear documentation of how these data sets are segregated to prevent what we call data leakage, where information from the test set inadvertently influences the training process. Performance evaluation represents another crucial component of AI validation. Modern regulatory frameworks require manufacturers to establish clear performance metrics and acceptance criteria before validation begins. These criteria must be clinically relevant and statistically sound. For example, a recent validation protocol for an AI-powered diagnostic system included not just overall accuracy measurements, but also performance assessments across different patient subgroups, clinical settings, and usage conditions. This comprehensive approach helps ensure the system performs reliably across its intended use cases. Let's delve into the concept of continuous validation. Unlike traditional medical devices, AI systems can learn and adapt over time. Regulatory bodies now require protocols for monitoring and validating these changes. This includes establishing clear thresholds for when revalidation is necessary and defining procedures for implementing and documenting updates. A particularly interesting development is the emergence of validation by design approaches. These integrate validation considerations into the earliest stages of AI system development. For instance, a leading medical device manufacturer recently implemented a validation framework that begins during the initial system design phase and continues throughout the product lifecycle. The verification process for AI systems also presents unique challenges. Traditional software verification typically focuses on confirming specific, predetermined outputs. However, AI systems often produce probabilistic results that can change as the system learns. Regulatory frameworks now require verification protocols that can handle this complexity. Consider the verification requirements for an AI system used in clinical decision support. The verification protocol must demonstrate not just that the system produces accurate results, but also that it appropriately communicates uncertainty and maintains performance as it processes new data. Documentation requirements for AI validation have also evolved. Regulatory bodies now expect comprehensive documentation that includes the complete validation protocol and results, details of the training and validation data sets, performance metrics and acceptance criteria, methods for ongoing performance monitoring, procedures for handling system updates. Looking ahead, we're seeing several emerging trends in AI validation. One is the development of standardized validation frameworks that can be applied across different types of AI systems. Another is the increasing use of real-world evidence in the validation process. A particularly promising development is the emergence of automated validation tools. These tools can continuously monitor AI system performance and automatically flag potential issues. However, regulatory bodies emphasize that while automation can support validation, it cannot replace human oversight entirely. In our next episode, we'll explore how different regulatory bodies around the world are approaching AI in healthcare, examining the similarities and differences in their frameworks. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Nirdosh Jagota, and this has been AI Revolution in Healthcare, a Regulatory Perspective. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to our podcast and share it with your colleagues. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
You've been listening to AI Revolution in Healthcare, a regulatory perspective with Dr. Nirdosh Jagota. Join us next time as we continue to explore the intersection of AI innovation and healthcare regulation.